Hello there, guys. This is just editing Austin. I'm going through editing the podcast right now. I just wanted to apologize because we had some minor sound issues for this episode. Unfortunately, we're using a new mic setup and it didn't work out the best. The audio was a little choppy. I did my best to fix it here in post-production. I believe I've got to a listenable state, but it's still not perfect, and I apologize. Just wanted to let you guys know going into this. Like I said, I should be totally fine. Just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up and let you know. Also, in this episode, we're interviewing our first ever guest, and he's also a musician. So, right after the intro music, I'm gonna play for you guys a little sample of his music to give you guys an idea of what he sounds like. Alrighty, thanks. Bye.
Can't wait to get on the road again.
Don't quit your day job,
music
Tristan.
with my friends again.
Man, alright.
You gotta have the nasal in it.
Gotta get really, really high pitched nasally.
Willie is
Ooh,
awesome.
Sounds like you're from Alabama.
Willie
Really?
is so cool.
I didn't marry my cousin, so
Okay, that's a good thing.
That's not going in the thing.
that's definitely the thing. Yeah.
Alright, I suppose we could start.
Okay, I'll start with the intro.
So I
and
can
then-
start with the
oh,
intro.
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Austin, you can start with the intro.
Okay, I'll go start
Okay,
with
Austin, I can start with the intro.
I'm just be quiet now.
Do you want to spell my name for me?
TRYSON.
Okay. You tried really hard, but you
That's right, my
failed.
son.
Stun.
Yo, we come prepared, we're complete, we're ready to compete. Waiting for the moment we can beat you in our sleep. We're the freaks of nature, our coaches have a legislature. When we're done with you, all you'll need is an educated medicator. Even if we lose, then we got something to prove. This is a moment, we can't let them beat us to the clues.
Okay, welcome to North of No Returns, and I am Tristan.
There's no S on the. It's no return.
They know better. This is Tristan that's talking right now. This is Austin,
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm talking right now, and today
and we got a guest.
okay. Oh my! I'm gonna hype this up. Today, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North No Return. Today we have our first ever guest on the podcast. We are so excited to introduce
Famous Spotify musician,
famous on Spotify,
CJ9X.
CJ9X. Welcome to the show.
How's it going, guys? What's going on?
You know, it's going
Yeah.
good.
That's pretty good.
It's going good.
Swell.
Well-
Wonderful.
How is your guys' podcast going? I heard you guys are talking a lot about music and how music kind of relates to life and stuff.
We're just,
How's that going?
It's going good, you know.
you know, the famous life is kind of hard sometimes, but you gotta watch it go by.
We have
Yeah.
like 30 listeners now. Like we're basically famous.
I mean, that's pretty great, man. Like,
30. You mean
On
30,000.
Instagram, like checking it right now, we have 20 followers right now compared to, let's see, Kim Kardashian, what she's at.
Okay, speaking of
Kim
Instagram,
Kardashian is at, okay, 292 million. So
We're
we're
almost there.
pretty close.
Okay, but no. Speaking of speaking of Instagram.
Speaking of Instagram,
If you guys have any suggestions for a podcast, or if you ever want to be a guest, you gotta DM us on Instagram at North of No Returns.
Yep, at North of No Return, all one word, North of No Return on Instagram.
No space, no uppercase.
Actually, it is uppercase.
No
but
space,
it shouldn't
and
matter.
uppercase.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't matter.
It rhymes, so it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No space. No uppercase. No case. Okay. Whatever.
You can't rhyme case with case.
Yeah.
Okay,
like I said,
see-
follow us on Instagram. Give us a DM if you want to have any ideas for the podcast or want to join.
CJ hasn't said enough, so
CJ,
we
yeah,
want
talk,
you
CJ.
to tell us why you're here.
Well, why I'm here, gentlemen, is that I just want to say that I love music. Like, music is my heart and soul. Like, man, I just breathe and I don't know, man. Like, my music has just always been there ever since I was like a little child when I listened to listen to like Cars songs and listening onto the radio while driving with my dad. It's just kind of always been there, you know.
Cars songs like Cars the musical.
Cars
like,
to the music.
Cars
Cars to the musical.
like
Wait,
Life is the
Cars to the
Highway.
musical.
I don't know. Like it started out on just songs that my dad liked, like AC/DC and.
Well, was there a certain genre that like really inspired you? Was it like older rock? Like sounds like that's what you're saying, or was there more like modern stuff that inspired you at first? You know what I mean?
At first, when I was a kid, my dad like listened to a lot of classic rock from like the 80s and the 70s, and
That's good taste.
yeah, my dad has influenced probably my music taste the most when I was a little kid. Because when I went to school, all the kids were talking about Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift, and like I was like, who are these guys? Like I was talking about AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and everybody else, like ZZ Top. Like nobody knew who I knew because like I was just like a little kid, and I just thought that everybody listened to this music, but no, I was kind of different, and that kind of put me out, and maybe stand out a little bit more.
So, no, going off of ZZ Top, what do you think about the collaboration that's coming out in a few years? Jay-Z Top.
Holy cow, man. Like, I can't even think of a song. Like,
How would you combine the two styles? They're so different.
Like, one's like just like plain trap, and the other one's like straight up rock. Like, you can't even put those together, I don't think.
I will say this,
Mac
though.
Miller.
Jay-Z, he is a sharp-dressed man.
That is true.
I mean...
So, if you're listening to this ZZ Top or Jay-Z, you know what to do.
Contact us. We'll get you together.
Contact each other.
No.
Don't go.
Let us be the middleman. We'll make so much money, Tristan.
You don't want to talk to them.
I want to talk to
Just
Jay-Z.
give us some money for the idea.
Yeah, pay us royalties. Like, we'll take, like, what, 10% of your album sales?
10%? That's like I'm thinking like 80.
80? Yeah, sure, 80%. Okay, let Tristan do the negotiation from now on.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, your dad, was a big inspiration. You listen to a lot of older music. I think that's something me and Tristan can relate to, because I think we both grew up kind of similar situation.
We both did grow up.
We both did grow up.
Yep.
Actually,
you grew up too?
Did you grow up?
I think so,
Dude, no
man.
way.
Yo, we
Yeah.
all grew up.
No
That's
wonder
crazy,
you're
man.
here.
We grew up
It's
in
a
a...
sign.
Yes.
We grew up in a society.
We grew up in we live in a society.
That sounds like a Green Day song, man. Like,
I listened to Green Day the other day. Not as good. They're not as good.
Was
as
it
I
a
remember
Green
them
Day
being.
or a different day?
It was
What kind of day
It was
was it?
cloudy, so I don't know. Neutral day.
it's a pretty green.
Yeah, I guess, you know.
It doesn't look very green outside right now. A weird
That's true.
beige
It's like
color.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly outside.
Ugh.
So
Gray haze.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, like I said, your dad was a big inspiration. You grew up listening to rock music. But I've listened to some of your stuff on Spotify. Shout out to it.
At CJ9X on Spotify.
Go check him out. It's very good. But it definitely...
Or whatever you listen to, that as well.
It's on other stuff, too?
Yeah, it's on like Apple, Deezer,
sorry, it's on everything.
Okay.
pretty much on everything. Like
Wherever
YouTube.
you can get your music, listen
Exactly,
to CJ9X.
Exactly. There you
Look
go.
at it. Look at that plug. Us and our 20 listeners are going to... we have so much clout. It's awesome. All right.
If you don't do that, you're gonna miss out.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I've heard your music, and it's definitely not classic rock. I mean, it is.
For sure.
It is not. It's hip hop. You know what I mean? Or pop. You know what I mean? I don't
How
know.
do you
how
classify
would
your
you
music?
define it? I should ask.
I'd say it's kind of like a hip hop / pop type of music, kind of like say Mac Miller, if you've ever heard of any of his music. Very rockish type of beats and very like upbeat, really fast, but also a lot of rap and some singing as well. That's like my type of style.
Mhm.
But when I was growing up, I listened to classic rock. I listened to like whatever my dad was listening to. Sometimes he would listen to old hip hop, and that was kind of like somewhere in the back headspace of my brain, and it was just what I would think about. And as I got older, I heard kids listening to, Jay-Z, Eminem, all these other rap artists like Polo G, NBA Youngboy, which is a newer rapper. But I started listening to these songs, and they somehow just started to influence me more than what I listened to before. And now that has just grown my musical variety and what I like to do, what I like to listen to, what I like to create. It helps me with just expressing my musical feelings through the music better. With just depends on the type of song.
Ooh, that was a
Okay,
weird
so
stammer.
I'll take that. I'll take that from there. So, who's your favorite artist as of now, then?
My favorite artist right now, I probably would have to say or go with Juice WRLD. Just with the way he makes his songs, they're so intentional. They are so like on fire inside of his soul. Like when he sings them, you can tell what he's feeling. Just like in this song, 10 Feet, I think is what it's called, and it's just the rap and how raw the lyrics are is just insane.
How do you feel about his new music? Like, after his passing.
After his new music, I think it's a lot of like uncovered stuff that he had written before, and it's kind of crazy how people are releasing it from his productions, like from where his record label was. So I don't think it's like truly his style because they changed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, in recent years, we've kind of seen, like, what's the word for it? Like, an increase in like rappers and other musicians that died.
It's called
coming out stuff. Yeah. Well, like, didn't they do a Tupac show at one point with a hologram and stuff?
Yeah, that was the Super Bowl.
Yep, they did a Michael Jackson show with holograms. I remember. What do you think about like? Do you think that's cool? It is cool to see these musicians that we all love that passed away, sadly, back from the dead. But it's also kind of weird because they're dead and they can't have any artistic say in what they're doing.
Yeah.
How? What do you think about that?
I think that's just kind of a tribute to them themselves as musicians, and they're trying to keep them alive. Sadly, a lot of things go wrong in this world, and people die. People get overdosed on drugs. People like commit suicide. Chester Bennington, for example, an amazing artist with a beautiful voice, passed away because he hanged himself because he couldn't live with life. Sometimes a lot of these artists, they have mental problems, mental issues, just problems like with themselves emotionally, and that's what can lead to a lot of these unexpected deaths, suicides, gun downs, because people, just bad things happen in this world. We live in a pretty messed up place. So
it's true. It's really, really sad.
But there's good everywhere. You gotta look at it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Look on the sunny side of life, right?
It's always sunny.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia.
It was sunny today. It was nice.
Except on the Super Bowl.
What?
Oh yeah.
The fans.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that hit it. They were all like pushing Vikings fans out of there, but that's off topic. So.
Oh yeah. There is nothing off topic in this podcast. We go over all the topics.
No.
Well, that's just not true. We really talk about music.
It's alright.
We should talk about something other than.
Okay, so I got a question. This is from somebody. And so CJ, that's short for Camel Jack, right? How'd you get that nickname?
Oh, that's definitely a long story there. So Camel Jack oh wait, no, sorry, that's not the right name. Hang on, that was my fault. I don't know what I was thinking there. I just forgot my own name for a second. My name is Caleb Jade. I got that nickname from my mom when I was like 7, because apparently when I was 7-year-old, I thought it was cool to have a initial nickname where it was like 2 letters, and now I hate it because it's like my old me, my like little kids. When anybody calls me CJ, I feel like a little kid, and I hate it now. But now everybody knows me by it, so I have to live with it. I can't be like, hey, my name's not actually CJ now, it's actually Caleb. You gotta call me Caleb, and nobody actually listens to that, but it's okay.
We listen to you, Caleb.
Wait, so are you saying we call you Caleb instead of CJ?
Well, CJ. Oh, I also kind of roast myself in that because my rapper name is CJ9X, and I can't really change that.
Well, but like, do you want people to start calling you Caleb?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I know some people who like had nicknames like Tiger, right?
Yeah.
His real name's Todd. I know when he went to college, he kind of started going by Todd in some circles and stuff because no one knew him. You know what I mean? I think you're gonna do something like if you end up going to college and get something you want to do, like where you just introduce yourself as Caleb. That way people know you as that instead of CJ.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
that's a shocking revelation right there.
I'm shocked. I always thought you liked CJ. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to call you Caleb, like you remember.
I like my nickname still.
Tristan.
Tristan.
Yeah.
But you actually have a nickname though.
Tristan.
Should we say it on podcast?
It's Tristan.
Okay, it's Tristan. We won't say it on podcast.
We can do that on podcast, but that's another nickname. That's not the main one.
When I was little, I really wanted to be called Chestnut, but it never happened.
Whoa, let's start calling Austin Chestnut.
No, that's the same thing as CJ. That's when I was little.
So it'll be the host Tristan and Chestnut.
Oh, that's great. I like that.
That sounds like a TV show. Tristan and Chestnut.
But it's just a chestnut. It was just a nut, and I just walk around like it. I just walk around with it hallucinating.
It cuts to a video feed. It's just Tristan like a giant nut and tail next to him talking. That sounds weird.
Like it sounds like an off-brand of Annoying Orange.
Oh,
Annoying
no.
Chestnut.
We don't need to bring that thing up.
That thing's dead and it's gonna stay dead.
Hopefully. Oh. Yeah. Speaking of old.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Speaking of old internet memes, I have been watching so much Vine recently. Like old Vines. I mean, obviously there's no new Vines because Vine's dead and it's so sad. You guys like Vines?
Vines are always the best, man. Like
Dude,
they have the best
Vines.
content. Sorry.
One of my friends put in his like bio that he works at Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, and my dad didn't get that. He was like, "What?" He's like, "There's a place I can buy barbecue and get my feet massaged." He's like, "I want to check this place out," and I was like, "Dad, it's Vine. Like, come on. How old are you? Jeez."
He was from the Ice Age, apparently.
Apparently.
All right, now CJ, this question's from a audience member. So, who is your favorite Disney princess and why?
This is the best question. We should ask.
Exactly.
We ask all of our guests this. This is gonna be a
Well,
new
don't
thing.
give it away.
Oh, okay.
Favorite Disney princess?
Yeah, and why? That's the most important
Yeah,
part.
does that have why?
I gotta say, probably Rapunzel because her hair is super long, and I don't know if I should say this on a podcast.
Well, her
but-
hair's magical, right?
Yeah, her hair's magical, man. It's magic can do some crazy stuff, man. Like, I don't know what you're thinking, but I know what I'm thinking.
Heal a hand or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
healing
yeah,
magic.
yeah.
Healing magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's also got a really cool personality. Like, seriously.
Nice save, bro.
In the movie, like, she starts out as this person that doesn't know anything, and when she gets out of the tower, she's like in a whole new world, kind of like Ariel.
Don't make sure not to spoil it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You can't spoil Rapunzel, guys.
You
It's
can't-
so important.
You can't spoil like a 10-year-old movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
forgot
allowed.
about that. My bad.
Dude,
How about you, Austin?
favorite Disney princess?
Oh, and she swings in her hair. Don't forget that. That's like the
yeah.
coolest part. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
That would be dope. I think I gotta go with the first Disney princess movie I ever saw. That'd be Ariel. I really like Ariel, the Little Mermaid. You know,
I know.
because she's
why?
because her whole thing is that like she wants to, like, you know, be free of the ocean and go explore new lands and new horizons. I relate to that. I want to break free of my society or whatever.
Maybe you
and
should grow some fins and go in the
Yeah.
ocean.
I'm gonna go live in the ocean now. Well, okay, now I know what Tristan's favorite Disney princess is.
Yeah, I'd say Rapunzel too.
Rapunzel too. That's a good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can say it too much because you took all of it, but she's cool. And then like she has blonde hair, which is cool, and it heals. It
Are you into
glows.
blondes?
No, just like she
Finding
has,
out what Tristan?
actually, she's not always blonde though.
It's not always. That is true.
But like no, she has like glowy blonde.
But no
hair.
spoilers though. No spoilers.
There's
though.
no spoilers.
That's
there.
kind of a spoiler.
But her like it's not just her hair that heals. I can't if I say more I'd spoil it. But like
I don't
that's
think I've
cool.
actually seen the ending. I know I've watched up
Dude,
to like.
She was a frying pan.
I know I've seen that bit, but like
And it's like my favorite movie, Disney movie.
we should watch that
Princess movie.
later. I think
Well,
I've seen.
Watch it. We can watch something else.
Pastel,
Maximus.
I don't know, Pascal. It's Pascal.
Pascal, Maximus, and Flynn Rider. He's probably one of the coolest
Disney.
He is
male
cool.
secondary leads in that.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely better than all the princes because the princes are
Mhm.
boring. They're just
It's
like
a lot better than the older Disney
They're
stuff.
always
but
like,
the older Disney stuff
I'm going
deserves
to
its
save the
place.
princess.
yeah, it's way cooler than.
Mm-hmm. That was a good answer.
Yeah, nice chime. It's cool.
That's just when the question's done.
So you do your own rap hip hop music that we talked about.
Pop rap.
I know that you also have like you play other instruments and stuff. What can you go into some of that? Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. My hosting skills are horrible.
Don't worry, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's what Tristan. Tristan's way better. Okay, but actual question is, I know you play instruments, lots of different kinds of instruments. How'd you get into that kind of music? It's more acoustic or more.
How do you get into instrumental stuff?
How do you get into instrumental stuff?
Well, when I was in 5th grade, my mom told me that I should play band instead of doing choir, which I really wanted to do because I knew I could sing. But my mom told me to push me beyond my limits and try to see if I could play an instrument. And for the whack kid that I am, I picked the flute out of all the instruments.
You were to play the flute?
Yeah, I played the flute because my aunt had showed me a video of this guy rapping, not rapping, beatboxing and playing the Super Mario Bros. Theme on the flute at the same time. And so when I was in 5th grade, I decided I was going to play the flute. So I played flute from 5th till 10th grade, and it was just like the best thing ever. I got to the point where I didn't even need to like study the music anymore. Like I could just play it because I knew what the note was. Like if it was a decently fast song, I could play it right away, which was the coolest feeling ever. And that kind of just led to me playing the piano and me playing the guitar and so on and so on. Now I'm playing the clarinet and the drums and something called the cajon, which is basically a box that you beat on, which is basically a drum. But that's all like amazing because then I can use that to play in youth band at our church, which is awesome because we get to create our own music and share it in front of these two gentlemen over here.
So wait, do you know Jethro Tull? The band Jethro Tull? Oh, Ian Anderson, he's the lead singer, and he's like a wicked flute player too. Really? Like in front of like some of the best prog rock you'll ever hear. Like do you know the song Aqualung? Wait, no, that's a different song. But no, Aqualung, that's like their biggest song. Dude, you should listen to Jethro Tull.
Yeah, that sounds like
a good. He's like an awesome flute player.
Tristan can play the flute, right?
I can make noise.
I can play the recorder.
Yeah, I can make the recorder make noise too.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's crazy, man. Like, I didn't know it, but apparently you can play the recorder at a professional level. Like, it's not just
actually.
It's not just for like 4th grade when your teacher wants to annoy your parents. You can actually play it as a professional level. And I didn't know that. It sounds pretty okay, but just the sound quality of a recorder is already trash. So. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever get the ribbons on the end of your? Well, you probably didn't, but on the end of your recorders, you get the ribbons.
Yeah, we got the ribbons because
they tie like a little yarn around it, and that's like every song. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute, guys.
I got like 3 because I never practiced.
Look at that, we have a relation.
I'm not part of that. I feel so left out now.
That's alright.
I like the cajon too. That's something that like, it sounds so cool. Yeah, it's so simple to play that even like I can play the cajon and I have no musical talent whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I've sat up on stage and I've messed around before. It's pretty easy to keep a beat as long as you know how to keep a beat. Like you
as long as you listen to
bang
music,
around on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cool instrument.
As long as you don't live under a rock, you could probably play the cajon.
Even if you live under a rock, you probably play the cajon with a rock that you live under.
Just bang it with a rock.
But the rock you live under.
Oh right.
So it'd be a huge rock.
It'd be a big rock. Well,
you might break the
grab
cajon.
the cajon, pull it under the rock, and then
you have the cajon in your house.
Yes, exactly.
And then nobody else would get it.
I bet that
yours.
rock has great acoustics. It's gonna sound amazing in that.
Bro, like the best ever.
Dude.
It'd be like that.
Better than LA's like music studios.
Well, there's a place in where is it, Iowa or South Dakota, somewhere right there, and it's like literally a canyon, and they play music there.
Oh, that'd
and
be
it's supposed
really
to sound
cool.
so cool. I want to go there one day.
That sounds so
and they play music in caves.
Yeah, I've seen that before done.
That's dangerous though, because the ambulances can't get in.
Yeah,
and
caves
it's too
scare
hot.
me. Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories of people dying in caves.
But I would want to go to a cave concert. It'd be so cool.
It would be cool. Have you ever been inside a cave?
I don't think so.
I went on a
I
vacation
Minecraft,
to.
though, so probably.
I mean, it's basically real life at this point.
Yeah. I mean, look at your table. Blocky. Just like Minecraft.
My table's a square.
The couches are pretty square too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
TV's the
it's like,
square, the door's the square.
Hey, don't like reveal where we are. We don't need to describe the whole room to everyone. I'll just say my address next.
507 18 90th Street.
Dang it, Tristan! Now I'm gonna get doxed. Or doxed, not doxed. I don't want to say the doxed.
Well, you might get doxed. I'm gonna get detoxed.
I'm gonna get swatted.
FBI open up, especially with those suspicious comments you were saying on the podcast right there, back there a little bit.
Oh jeez. So I guess another question I'd like to ask about all of like you write your own stuff, which is really cool. That's something that I've never done. I don't think Tristan's ever done.
Whoa.
I don't want to assume.
Whoa, way to make an assumption.
Oh my good. Have you written your own stuff?
Okay, go back to CJ.
Okay, back to CJ. We'll ignore Tristan for now. But any good artist, be it through painting, music, other kinds of art. They have something that like inspires them. They have their muse, you know.
Yeah.
What inspires you really?
Well, I lived in a northern town where it was very cold, and I used to go to a church where we played.
You
like...
just live in Alaska? That's pretty sweet.
I used to go to this church where we played like amazing Christian music like every single Sunday, and a lot of people like as children don't really fully get into the music that is played at such a young age, but for whatever reason I was just called to it. Like it was like singing to my soul, and like as a child I would sing Christian music very loudly, even if I was off key or tone deaf. My family didn't care, so that just kind of encouraged me to keep doing it. And from that, I think that's where music just started to flower and grow inside me, is just from listening to Christian songs on the radio in the car, and then also when that led to my dad showing me his music, and all of that just kind of built up and just produced such a overwhelming flood of musicalness.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's a good environment to learn, like, you know, get behind it too.
Yeah.
So there was one person that said like there's not much good music, like Christian music. There's like, you know, not much good Christian music. It's hard to find. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't know. Like, so when I was little, I listened to a lot of Christian music, like CJ's saying. I grew up in a pretty Christian house, so that was always kind of being played around me and stuff. I'll be honest, a lot of it didn't really stand out to me. I'd even say it maybe limited me a little bit, because I didn't realize how good music could be till I stopped listening to Christian music, listened to other kinds of music. I will say that there is some stuff that did inspire me to some degree, like Toby Mac. I really like his stuff. That's kind of been something that like, I can maybe that's something I can kind of get down to.
As long as Tatum doesn't make you dance to the church clap.
Yes, that's yes, of course. Also, I will say that there's lots of bands that are Christian, but don't necessarily play Christian music. You know, one that comes to mind is Red. They're a heavy metal group that I don't love, but I definitely like. Like they're not amazing, but they're pretty good. Like I'll listen to them.
I ask you because you're the person that said that there's not that good Christian music.
Yeah.
CJ, what do you think? You probably have a different opinion.
I think there's very deep. Like I think it varies within what type of artists there are. Some artists are like rap, and some artists like play just straight out like soulful, feely songs. Mm-hmm. Specifically for me, I don't really have a disliking to any of them, but I do really tend to gravitate more towards the like rock / pop songs, because like I can just listen to the lyrics, and even though they're sung and you can't really feel them as much as in a rap song, I feel like that is what Christian / worship music should be, because it's more inspiring, more I gotta say it's more faithful to what God asks us to do when He says in the Bible to sing. So I mean, singing it doesn't include rapping, but I just feel that if we should follow it to its fullest extent in the most intricate way, that we should follow it.
So I think that like when Christian music's done right, even when it's done wrong, it's good. But like when it's done right, it's like really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For example, there's a song called "Shine" by Leon Bridges.
Oh yep, I've heard that. Yep.
No, it's like that's like whenever I hear that song, I'm like, there's some Austin says that it's not that good. Like because there's not that much good Christian music. But man, you gotta look for it. There's gonna be 20% of everything's gonna be like your favorite.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I'm not a huge hip hop fan, but there's definitely some hip hop songs I really, really like. I mean, that's for sure.
Like NF.
Like all of CJ's stuff.
All of CJ's stuff is awesome. Go check it out.
All bangers.
But it's like if you don't like something, you're gonna like at least like 2% of it.
Yeah, and I'd never say that all Christian music is bad. I just would say, in general, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think that's fine. I think everyone has their own personal preference. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm not the hugest Chili Peppers fan.
Yeah, we understand.
And I know that Tristan absolutely loves that band. So
Chili Peppers are the GOAT.
There we go.
oh, well, CJ supports too. They're not bad. I like them.
Yeah.
Did you hear they're coming out with a new album this year?
April 1st.
I can't wait.
Tristan's
man.
counting down the days. He is so excited for the new album.
I can't. I'm so glad John finally got over his addiction. It's just kind of amazing to see that he got he's back. He's not over. He's recovering. He's in his recovering stage.
Yeah.
There's
nothing wrong with Josh. Josh Klinghoffer. He did a lot of good stuff with them, but John's trying to just bring something new.
Yeah.
There's so many artists who end up going too far off drugs. You know what I mean? Who end up dying.
Just don't start it.
There's a whole 27 Club, right?
Yeah, just don't start.
And it's nice to see someone overcome that finally. You know what I mean? I definitely applaud him for that. That's awesome.
But
so kids, the message is don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
That was so much as last episode. We said don't do drugs last episode.
Yeah.
Like about Pink Floyd and how much drugs they did.
The 27 Club, not all of them died from overdosing.
Okay, yeah, but most of them did.
I know, but Alright, well, so CJ, do you have any questions for us before we leave or anything you want to add?
I just want to say that you guys are great, and I'm so glad to have been able to participate in this podcast with you, gentlemen.
Any last thoughts?
I think that as having a first guest goes, you were a pretty good guest. We appreciate you coming on the show. Hopefully, we do a collab. You get your fans listen to our stuff, our fans listen to your stuff. We'll both benefit from this. Nice mutual relationship.
Yep.
We're in business now. It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Right. I think it was good. And one last time, check out CJ9X on any most streaming platforms. I don't know what you use, and then check North of No Returns out on Instagram if you have any thoughts. Anything you want to add?
And we're on Spotify, obviously. That's probably listening to us right now. I'm trying to get us added to Apple Podcasts, too. Hopefully, in the future, we will have an Apple Podcast page as well. But
we'll be everywhere eventually.
Eventually, we will literally, you can't avoid us. We're just
we're just going to be a virus, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to start playing on your TV randomly.
That would be so creepy.
Your kid's going to be watching Peppa Pig, and
it just switches over to us.
North of No Return. Austin's face.
Just staring at you intently. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
All right, CJ, you want to close this out?
Sure. Hey, you've been on North of No Return. Have a great day.